Found out my friends introduced me to my girlfriend as a joke because they've all been with her before. I have been with my girlfriend for 4 years now, and those have been the best years of my life. She is the kindest, most loving person I have ever met. She is funny, incredibly creative, an artist who pours her soul into her work. She is goofy, full of energy, and always has a bright smile on her face. Sometimes, I struggle to keep up with her enthusiasm, but honestly, it is one of the things I love most about her. We met the summer after high school graduation, and from the moment we started talking, we hit it off. We had so much in common: comics, anime, Marvel, DC, Dungeons and Dragons. Our shared interests made it easy to spend time together. We went to conventions, anime events, gaming tournaments, superhero movie premieres. It felt like I had finally found someone who truly understood me. Naturally, we became a couple, and since then, our relationship has only grown stronger. My parents adore her, which makes everything even better. They treat her like part of the family, even getting a little protective over her, which is kind of funny. I have been planning to propose to her later this year. We have always joked about having a fun, geeky wedding, and honestly, that is exactly what I want. She is the person I see myself building a future with, starting a family, growing old together. My main goal this year is to make that happen, and I just hope she says yes. This is where my friends come into the story. There are 3 of them, guys I grew up with since elementary school. After high school, we all went our separate ways. They moved to another city for college while I stayed behind to be close to my family and my girlfriend. We still kept in touch through video calls and the occasional visit. When I told them about my plan to propose, I expected them to be happy for me. Instead, they laughed in my face, calling me an idiot, asking if I was serious. I thought maybe they were just cynical about marriage, so I brushed it off. But then, they hit me with the truth, and it completely shattered me. They told me they had met my girlfriend 8 years ago at a midnight bowling event through some guy I do not even know. They said they found her attractive and cool, so they stayed in touch. From then on, they would hang out with her, smoking, playing video games, watching anime, and, as they bluntly put it, sleeping with her. They admitted they passed her around between them, treating her like nothing more than a hookup. The way they talked about it made my skin crawl. I refused to believe it, but then they showed me proof: old messages from social media. There were no explicit photos or anything, just messages proving that they had known her for a long time and that they had been intimate with her back then. That is when they laughed again, telling me they never expected me to actually date her. They said they introduced us just to see if I could get lucky too, thinking it would be funny. But instead, I fell for her, and she fell for me. I could not wrap my head around it. How was I supposed to know any of this? Friends introduce friends to potential partners all the time. That is normal. How was I supposed to magically know my friends had a history with her? And why should it even matter? Unlike them, I never saw her as just some hookup. She was my best friend, the person who comforted me when I was down, the person who made me feel loved and valued. Our connection was never just about physical attraction, it was something real. The only reason they told me now was because they thought marriage was too much. They figured that if I knew the truth, I would break up with her. One of them even said, "She is too much of a woman for you. Just let her go." I left the chat immediately. Since then, they have been sending me messages non-stop, but I have not replied. I do not want to talk to them right now. Out of curiosity, I skimmed a few of their texts, but instead of apologies, all I saw were more jokes. They told me to get tested and asked if I was sure she had not been with anyone else while we were together. It was not even serious to them, they just found it funny. I confronted my girlfriend about it as calmly as I could, and the moment I brought it up, I regretted it. She completely broke down. I had never seen her panic like that before. She looked like someone had died. She kept apologizing over and over, swearing she had never been with anyone else while we were together. She had no idea my friends saw her as some kind of joke. She explained that they had simply invited her to hang out, and during one of those meetups, they introduced her to me. That was all. She never knew there was some kind of plan behind it. Through her tears, she kept saying, "You probably think I am disgusting now, right?" And hearing that broke my heart. She told me she loved me, begged me to ignore my friends, pleaded with me not to leave her. I told her I loved her too, and nothing about what I had learned was going to change that. She still does not believe me. She thinks I am going to leave eventually. But I will not. I held her close, letting her cry in my arms, trying my best to comfort her. I have spent 4 amazing years with this woman, creating memories I would not trade for anything. There is no way I am letting what my so-called friends said ruin what we have built together. The reason she never told me about them was because, from the moment we met, she saw our relationship as something special. She did not want to risk hurting me. She said she felt safe with me, that I treated her like an actual person, not just a hookup. That was why she never brought up her past, because she was afraid I would judge her for it. I could never do that. I am not mad at my girlfriend. Why would I be? She did not do anything wrong. Her past is her past, and it is not my place to judge. Who she was with before me is none of my business. My feelings for her have not changed. I love her with all my heart, and I always will. The people I am angry at are the ones who treated this like some kind of joke. My so-called friends took something as serious as love and turned it into entertainment for themselves. They never had good intentions when they introduced us. They just wanted to see if I would treat her the same way they did. I feel completely drained. This entire thing has been eating away at me. I wish I had never found out. I love my girlfriend, but I will not lie, the thought of her past with my friends does hurt. I have cut all contact with them over the past few days. I have been ignoring their calls and messages, but they just keep coming. I do not know what to do. I really do not. The thought of her being with them before me keeps creeping into my head, even though I know it should not matter. Maybe she did care about me differently. Maybe that is why we took things slow, why she never rushed into anything physical. Even my so-called friends admitted she did not act the same way around me as she did with them. I hate these thoughts. I hate that they are in my head at all. But one thing I do know for sure, I am still going to propose to my girlfriend. I am not leaving her. I have decided to cut my friends out of my life and focus on what truly matters, my future with her. I just need to clear my head. I need to move past this. If anyone has advice, I would appreciate it. Right now, I just need to get my mind straight.